Okay, I just wanted to go over the stations really quick before you take your 6 weeks test, because if you had trouble with the stations, then you probably need a bit of review before you take your 6 weeks test. So you had your Google Slides that you were supposed to use. And then you also had the Word document for your answers. Okay, now I'm going to have the key to the stations so that you can review all of it, because I want to see that you understand this. So as you look over the key, if you have any further questions, please message me before you take your 6 weeks test, because you cannot retake the 6 weeks test. You can redo the stations and you can make corrections there. You cannot redo the 6 weeks test. So let's take a look at this. So first, you were supposed to take a look at this and answer the questions over here with the Graphit station. All right. Let's see. I want to do this. There we go. Okay. So first it asked you which is the predator and which is the prey. Well, when you look at your stations right here, the hare and the lynx that's what it tells you in the key. So the pink line is for the hare, which is like a big rabbit, and the blue line is for the lynx, which is kind of like a bobcat. Okay, so our prey is the hare, our lynx is the predator. So when you look at this, it's also asking you what relationship do you see, and how many hares are there in 1870? Okay, well, the relationship should be something like as one population goes up, and the other population also tends to go up, even if it's a little delayed. Every time you see the hare population go up, the lynx population will go up. And then you'll see the lynx population go down, and the hare population will go down. So it's kind of like this roller coaster relationship. Now, if you're talking about the number of hares in 1870, well, here's 1865. Here's 1875. So 1870 should be right here in the middle. A lot of you put maybe 158 or 160. Well, you were close, except you didn't read over here on the side where it says population size in the thousands. So that would be 160,000 or maybe about 158,000. So it wasn't about the exact number, because this isn't very precise in the graph, but you could estimate or get pretty close to it, and it should be in the thousands. Okay. Now it says when the populations of hare rise, why is there a delay in the population of the lynx? Okay, well, when my hare goes up, now my lynx has more food, but he can't just jump up because it takes time to reproduce. So the population of hare will increase, and then as the lynx is able to hunt more and get more food and more energy, they will reproduce and have babies that will reproduce, and over time, their population will come up. Okay, let's see, next question here. What would affect the number of hares besides the predators, and why would the number of lynx be controlled by the number of hares? Okay, well, a lot of things can control the population of the hare. For instance, if there's a drought, there's much less grass, and so because the hare has much less food, its population may go down. Now, the population of the lynx is controlled by the hare because, well, that's its food source, and without food, the lynx population is going to go down. For instance, you can see here as the population of the hare goes down, well, look at the blue line, it's going down too after a while. There's a bit of time there because it's running out of food, and so there's going to be some lynx that are starving and causing the population to go down. Okay. Oh, this guy got out of order here. And I don't think I can grab onto him right now because of recording the screen. So, oh, there it goes. Okay. So on the next part, it was all about relationships. Okay. I'm not going to talk about every relationship here. I'm just going to talk about the couple that people were confused on. For instance, the great white sharks and penguins. This is predation. Predation means predator prey. That's because our shark is hunting the penguin. Look, he's got that whole penguin in his mouth. He is hunting and consuming the penguin for energy. That is not the same thing as a parasite, which a lot of people seem to have gotten confused. A parasite like this Loa Loa worm is going to get into the host, and it's going to leach nutrients out of the host. This guy is going to leach nutrients out of our blood. That's why he gets in there. He's getting in there to get nutrients. He's not hunting us and killing us. So if something is latching on to another organism and kind of stealing nutrients, like through the blood, like maybe a mosquito, that's a parasite. This guy hunting and eating prey, that's predation, or prey and predator. Okay. Now for our trees, plants can compete. And here, one is growing taller. Well, anytime a plant wants to get up higher or grow taller, like maybe reaching to the canopy of a rainforest or growing higher and shading the other tree, they're growing taller to get light, because plants need light for photosynthesis, which is how they make their food. So this is plants competing for light. Okay. Then over here, you were supposed to look at each picture and read this and decide what the niche is. Remember, if you just read the instructions, read the red words, okay, then you should be able to see. And I even give an example there, okay? So if you did not put this answer in, I gave you an answer, and some of you didn't look and see your answers there, the answer I gave you. So you're supposed to describe it and put one of these: seed dispersal, population control, recycling nutrients, or surviving in a particular habitat. So, for example, I chose the bat, and I said the bat is population control because he's eating the mosquitoes. Okay. I'm not going to go over a lot of answers about the invasive species because it's in the video. If you watch the video, it explains how an invasive species is usually brought in by humans, and they grow out of control and damage an ecosystem because they don't have natural predators, because they're aliens in a new environment. Okay, so I'm going to have the key, the answer key for the stations put up so that you can check your work. If you have any questions, please ask before you take your test, and I will answer them to the best of my ability as quick as possible. And then you will take your 6 weeks test.